As it was indicated during the talk by Professor Sood about the launch of Bengaluru Science and Technology Cluster. But before that launch, let's get a little bit of insight of what exactly is BeST. And I would request Professor Ambarish Ghosh, Indian Institute of Science and Principal Investigator for BeST, and Dr. Taslim Arif Syed, CEO, C-Camp and Principal Investigator for BeST, to kindly come over here and then give us an insight into what BEST is all about.
You get started, Taslim. You say the introductory remarks.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Taslim Arif Syed from C-Camp, along with my colleague, Professor Ghosh from ISC. I think we know that we have a paucity of time, but we are extremely delighted that we are here today. Something that Professor Sood, PSA, mentioned about coming together of a convergence of one of the best talent that India has in a city mode, that is Bangalore. All science and technology stakeholders, be it academia, industry, startups, or other stakeholders, including government, to come together under this initiative, which is under the office of PSA, to build something what we call as a Bengaluru Science and Technology Cluster, which envisages to bringing everyone together, build a conversion for the mandate that Professor Sood mentioned, the pyramid that he had mentioned very clearly, the sharing of the ecosystem, the national impact, and the global competitiveness. And I think that is something we hope to do. We all believe, including me and my colleague, that I think Bangalore is a phenomenally gifted city in terms of science and technology. We all know about it. And the hope is that this will be the first step towards taking it to the next level. I request Amrish to come and share a few thoughts about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Taslim. You know, there is a concept in dynamical systems which says if your initial condition is not right, things can become chaotic. I can't imagine a better starting point, a better T equal to 0 for the launch of this cluster. Thank you, the organizers, for allowing us to inaugurate the cluster here. And thank you, the Office of PSA, for facilitating and for supporting this initiative. I will very briefly tell you about the different problems that we are going to attack at the initial stages of this cluster. They encompass things like health and wellness, urban life, and all of these are immediate to medium-term impact. At the same time, we want to be ambitious and we want to be forward-looking. We want to look into the future. So we also have programs on futuristic technologies and solutions. I will tell you a little bit detail about these themes, but before that, let me just echo what Taslim mentioned just a minute ago. Bangalore is an amazing city. So when we realized that we have to go into these multidisciplinary themes, we wanted advice from everybody, all the major players of all these different themes. So our advisory board, which is chaired by Dr. Spenta Wadia from ICTS, comprises of academics, industry organizations like NASSCOM, BCIC, C-Camp, government agencies like DULT, Department of Urban Land Transport, strategic sectors, ISRO, DRDO, and also at the same time, we have plugged in outreach and non-profit organizations like Science Gallery, as well as venture capitalists and investors. So we have all the different, the levels in which a science and technology starts from a scientist lab and goes into the society. We have gotten all of them plugged in our ecosystem. Among the different themes, we do not have time to go over all of them, but let me just highlight, Professor Sood spoke about One Health. We have a theme going in One Health. A large number of institutions are already working on that. At the same time, we are looking at traffic. There are groups of academics who are working with government organizations to build a city-scale model that's going to completely change traffic will flow in this city. So we are really looking forward to actually make your commute slightly easier in coming times. At the same time, we are looking at futuristic technologies. Professor Sood already mentioned about quantum being one of the next new frontiers. There is hope for tremendous amount of economic growth in this sector, and India should not be losing this bus. India should be driving this bus. So that's what we hope, and we believe that we can start this in Bangalore. Looking forward, we have ambitious plans, and I'm requesting Taslim to tell you. to tell you about the immediate plans that we have ahead of us.
So I think I would possibly keep it short. I think Amrish clearly mentioned that we are here together. I think what we wanted to today, with presence of Professor Sood, Professor Padmanabhan, and the larger audience, we are here to say that this is a beginning of BeST, a cluster where all stakeholders of science and technology will come together. It's a call of action for all of us to now reach out and build new programs, new capabilities together, which can actually build all three mandates of the cluster and beyond if we can do it. What we want to do is that we are building a team as we speak. A couple of colleagues are here, KK and Sripanna, who are a part of the team. They are already here. And we are actually hiring a few more. But possibly this quarter, the 1 month is still left, and the next quarter you will see a major activity in 3 themes or 4 themes which have been identified. But more importantly, we want to reach out to you. It's very important that all science and technology players of the city, organizations, individuals actually come together and build it, something that we can make it a bit more bolder, programmatic view rather than an incremental something that possibly Professor Sood mentioned. Let's make something bold going forward. Somewhere we will fail, somewhere we will succeed. The place where we'll succeed will take us exponentially very far. And Bangalore is all about that. So with that, I thank you all for being that and hand it over back to the MC for the. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would give a little bit of more trouble to Chris Gopalakrishnan to kindly come back and be present for the. It's fortunate that Chris is here. So how can we do that without you, sir? Kindly come back. Yes, this is the release in the presence of Chris Gopalakrishnan, Professor Padmanabhan, and Sri Ajay Sood. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, please put your hands together for the launch of the Bengaluru Science and Technology Cluster, BEST. This would go a long way towards the various steps in terms of when the poster gives an insight into what exactly is there in this particular endeavor of being the best. Bengaluru Science and Technology Cluster, BEST. Various aspects, you can watch it on the giant screen. Deep science-based solutions, collaborate across sectors, equitable social impact, and it's a combo of academia, industry, and government. And the best practices will be adopted in terms of technology and business mentorship, sector expertise, consulting, capital and financing, facility, access, networking and collaboration, favorable regulations, strategic partnership, business attraction, retention, and expansion. So we would like to thank Shri Chris Gopalakrishnan, Professor Sood,